All right, guys, just got done warming up. Let's get into this leg day wheel hack squat action. Again, using the foam pad here, the roller, as a way to get extra depth, so I can raise it up higher and lean forward slightly. But I can get full range of motion compared to if I just have the pads on my shoulders. Oh, it would help if I unrack. All right, 2 more sets of these. Feeling all right today. Not the great, but not terrible. Ooh. I think this pad also just saves me and you from having to switch the height of the hack squat. Man. Oh. All right. All right, time for a little leg extension action. I think everything's set up to where I normally put it. We'll find out, I guess. But go a little heavier today. Then past leg days, one pin down. So from 85 to 100. We'll see how that works for me. Ooh. All right. Ooh. Okay. Screw it. I'm not gonna waste any time. Easter isn't complete without eating hams. Whew. It's funny because we had turkey for Easter, but most people are having ham. All right. Whew. You know, some people call the adductor machine the good girl, bad girl machine. But this is what teaches you to make or break a good or bad girl. The hip thrust machine. But I didn't say that. Especially on Easter Sunday. I am good virgin boy. Not gonna lie, this has been a pretty good full leg day. Obviously, it looks fairly similar to last leg day, excluding leg press, which I have no intentions of hitting leg press today. So after these, we'll probably do the abductor, and then probably haven't decided if we'll also do ad or not, but we might do both. We might only do one, and then we'll finish on calf raises. At least that is the plan for right now. I don't know why I thought I could do that. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just slide underneath it. No, I gotta bend my knees. Okay. All right. I will say, I am actually quite fond of this hip thrust machine. Didn't think I would be, but it definitely completes the leg day. Just sitting in my throne of leg pain. Yes, I'm your king, the king of leg day. Pussy McGee. I do not belong in the throne of king of leg day. That belongs to one Tom Platz and only Tom Platz. All right. One more of those. And then, like I said, either the abductor or the adductor. I'm leaning more towards abductor because I like hitting this outer sweep of the quad. But we might just do both. It is full leg day. It's been a while since we've done both. And then, as always, full leg day gets finished with calf raises. I'm still debating on standing or seated, but we'll see. All right. Let's hit some calf raises and call it a leg day. All right. Time for a little standing calf raise action, which we haven't done on the channel in a while. I do believe we've done it on the channel before, but it's been a minute. So, whew, this will change your pace compared to always doing seated. Oh, feel a little heavier. Oh. All right, let's finish this leg day strong. Yes, I do have the pussy pad on. Shut up. All right, so leg day. See you guys in the car. All right, guys, that was a pretty stinking good full leg day. Took us about an hour and 20 minutes to complete. So maybe if you cut the breaks in between sets, maybe an hour and 5 hour and 10 minute long leg workout. And I will say, you know, obviously we didn't do any leg press today, which is very abnormal for us. But I didn't want to do a lot of stuff press-wise on my knees. I kind of wanted to do a wide variety of things. We don't do abductor or adductor very often, so I knew I wanted to hit that, which is going to hit the outer sweep of the quads. Brandon asked if we were going to do the hip thrust machine. I think he just wanted to try it because he hadn't got to try it yet, and I was like, I'm all for it. So obviously that's going to hit some glutes, some hamstrings, obviously the hip ductors, which, you know, a lot of men think the hip thrust machine and the adductor machine are quote-unquote female machines. Those are for the ladies. Well, have you ever noticed, men, that 9 times out of 10 the women have bigger legs than you? Well, they probably have a heavier squat than you, in which like a genetic phenom or a man who actually likes training legs. Most women can outlift your own leg day. There's a reason for that. Because the machines don't care what gender you are. The bench press doesn't care if a woman's on it. A woman might care that they're hitting bench press and might come at it with that mindset you hear often of women saying, I don't want to get too buff, as if touching a dumbbell will all of a sudden turn them into Arnold. But it won't. Just like using the abductor machine or using the hip thrust machine isn't going to make your PP swing into a vagina and turn you into a woman. At the end of the day, if you're getting your hip ductors stronger, guess what? You can get deeper in a squat more comfortably. Because your hip ductor, you can bend and use it better. That's why I'm using the hip thrust machine. I want my hips and my hip ductor to be stronger, so I can get even deeper into my squats comfortably. So I've been training lower back, so my body can support a heavy barbell more comfortably, and my lower back won't be a limiting factor in a squat. And that's why I'm working on my knee health, all for a better squat. Using the abductor and adductor machine, well, guess what? Those are muscles that are going to get hit based on your foot placement in both a leg press and a squat. Abductor, that's the outer sweep of the quad. That thing that when a bodybuilder steps out on stage and they have that X-frame where they have these massive boulder shoulders, their lats come down into a small waist, and then their quads just explode off the bone like a freaking drumstick, and it gives them that exaggerated X-frame. That's from the abductors, which you can hit by either going your feet together and toes pointed apart in a ballerina stance on both leg press or squats, anything, whether it be hack squat, leg press, actual barbell squats, goblet squats, whatever. If you do that feet placement, it's going to become more of an abductor movement. And then obviously you can just swallow your freaking pride and use an abductor machine. At the end of the day, if you go to the gym with the intentions of actually enhancing your body and enhancing your appearances, don't be, use every machine that is at your disposal. Don't sit there and, oh, that's the female machine. Guess what? I've seen Chris Bumstead and Sam Sulik and freaking Jay Cutler, and you see all these guys who work out and are a lot of your guys' role models, just like they're mine. They've used abductor machines, they've used hip thrust machines, they've used some machines I've never seen because they live out in freaking LA or in Florida or in Sam's case in Ohio, but with nicer gyms and access to better equipment than I will ever see. But to say that a machine is for a certain gender, that's so stupid. And guess what? When we went to the Planet Fitness in Raleigh, I didn't see the kickback machine and go, gay. I might have been thinking it in my head while using it, that someone else was probably going to say it about me. Gay. But guess what? To me, it's like, oh, I'm going to hit some glute and hamstrings. It's freaking leg day. So, stop assigning genders to weight equipment, because the weights don't care. The abductor machine doesn't have an alarm on it, and if your estrogen isn't high enough, it knows you're a man. Or if your testosterone's too high, you're a man. So it's going to start buzzing and drawing attention to you. No one in the gym cares. Not once in my life, whether it be Stillwell's gym where I started, when I worked out at Planet, when I worked out here at the current gym in Cuba, when I worked out at Muscle Bar that is in Sullivan, which is primarily men, or when I worked out at Tan Fitness, which was also, Tan Fitness is one of the few gyms in our area that actually produces actual big bodybuilders that have become part of the natural federations, or I think we do have one guy who actually is in the IFBB, but hasn't ever won a pro show to go take the Olympia or anything. But that gym has actually produced a few bodybuilders. Not a single one of them has ever questioned another man or given another guy grief for being on the hip thrust machine or the adductor machine. No. In fact, a lot of them use them. No one cares. It's kind of like when you're overweight going to the gym. You got to get over the idea that anyone there cares about what you're doing. Get over the idea that anyone is hyper fixating on you. everyone in there is hyper-fixating on themselves because they're there to work on themselves. They're to better themselves. And 9 times out of 10, if someone does walk up and say something to you in the gym, 9 times out of 10, in my experience and Brandon's experience, any experience I've had or seen, they walk up and they might say, hey, I noticed you're doing this. Can I give you some advice on your form? I guarantee I would get someone walking up and saying, hey, why don't you change the settings so you can get deeper on that movement? Maybe lower the weight a little bit, move the seat back, and do this and see how you like it. Someone would critique my form on it. Long before someone walks up and just goes, hey, that's the chicks machine, right? There are dickheads out there in the world who exist who do think that way. In fact, when the hip thrust machine was bought, there was a guy who gave the manager crap that no guy in the gym was going to use it. And since it's been bought, every guy but him in the gym has used it. But those people are few and far between. And even then, 9 times out of 10, they might, for example, this guy give the manager grief. Like, why'd you buy this? There's mostly men at the gym. Well, you're catering to the women and blah, blah, blah. Or you're only buying this to get more women to come to the gym. And which, by the way, isn't a bad thing. Yeah, come on. Like, that was his attitude towards it. But he's not once walked up to a man using the machine and been like, that's a female machine. Oh, yeah. Who cares? So, good workout. And in my humble opinion, I think the hip thrust and the adductor machine complete the leg workout. Okay? I have a pump. I'm pumped in places I've never been pumped before. My legs feel sore like the whole way around. Like every muscle group. There's so many muscles and in your legs, and it's kind of like with back. You always heard Ronnie Coleman say to hit every angle possible, so you can hit every inch of your back. That's like the biggest compilation of muscle in your entire body is your back, and I do believe the second most is your legs. And so to me, it's kind of the same philosophy. I want to hit every muscle group, every angle, every possible way I can hit legs. So like when I'm using the club machine, maybe the quad extensor machine, maybe some days I make this, maybe some days I have my toes like this, maybe some days I have my toes like this. Same on hamstrings. Same when I'm doing the hack squat. Some days I raw dog the hack squat machine the way it's meant to be used. Some days, like recently, I put that foam roller behind me and I get an even deeper squat. Some days, I do the ballerina stance and make it more of an abductor movement. Some days, I go wide and turn it into a hamstring movement. Same with leg press. Same with anything. There's multiple muscle groups and there's multiple ways to hit them. But enough about that. That is like a pet peeve of mine, is the whole like assigning gender and who can and can't and who should and shouldn't use a piece of equipment in the gym. I would never walk up to a woman and be like, oh, you're hitting chest, that's for men. Oh, you're using this, that's for men. The equipment in the gym are for gym members. If you're in there and you pay for a membership, that equipment's for you, baby. It don't care. It don't care. It's there to be used. Use it. End of story. Don't give people crap. Be nice. If you don't know how to behave in the gym, go watch a few Joey Sorrell videos, and that's how you either don't do what the people are doing in the video, or do what they're doing in the video based on what Joey says. And there you go. Now you know how to behave in the gym. But enough about that. That's just pet peeve of mine. The point being, fantastic, truly a full leg day. I don't think any of my legs got left out. So, pretty freaking good leg day. So you guys are seeing this video on Monday. For me, it is Easter Sunday, so I do want to say Happy Easter to those who do celebrate. God bless. It is a great day for all of us who celebrate Easter and who are Christian and celebrate Easter for the right reason. I know most people in the world, most people, at least in the United States, celebrate Easter just because it's a holiday in the States. Like, I feel like we're a Christian nation by name alone. But So even if you don't believe, a lot of people probably did go out to eat today, probably did go see family today. If you have kids, you probably did buy them an Easter bunny, chocolate, or a basket. You probably went Easter egg hunting, even if you don't believe, right? But for us who do, happy Easter, happy Resurrection Sunday. And if you guys, this time of year, I feel like it's the hardest time of year not to think about Christianity and the meaning of it. And if you don't believe, and you are started, this time of year is kind of bringing up that maybe I should go to church, maybe I should find a church and just go one more time. I was raised Christian, and I've just been feeling this urge as the world seems to be going downhill more and more to get back into church. Do it. That isn't just the feeling of doom and gloom of the world falling apart. That is the conviction of the Holy Spirit. So I know that this channel isn't about faith, and I do not try to push it on you guys, but I would not be doing my part as a man of faith, as a Christian, if I didn't at least talk about it once in a while, because that's what we're called to do. We are called to make disciples of all nations. We are called to spread the gospel wherever we go. And even if I only have an audience of 118, I have an audience of people that I can preach to at least once in a while. So there's my preaching for the year. You get preached at again around Christmas probably. So forgive me if that's not what you're here for. You've probably already clicked off, but I've said my part on that. All that being said, it was a great leg day. Tomorrow is back day. We'll see how that goes. I don't have anything specific planned, so it will probably just go how it goes. Probably about 5 or 6 exercises. I've been going fairly heavy, so maybe tomorrow we'll have a little more light squeezing. I might try to go a little heavier on the lat pull downs, because last week I went the heaviest I've ever gone on them, and it felt fantastic. So might go heavy on the pull downs, might go wider and squeezing on pullovers, maybe wider and squeezing on the row, because I've been going very heavy on that T-bar row, maybe some light squeezing on the gray pull down machine. We'll see. But the point is, tomorrow's back day, so look forward to that. Anyways, if you liked the video, like it. If you made it this far and you liked the video and you aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. You made it this far already anyways. If you want the best supplements on the market, no ifs, ands, or buts, they are the best supplement on the market. That is why I reached out to be sponsored by them. It was something I already used. Go to Harder Than Last Time Supplements, code JS15. That's HTLTsubs.com. Link is in the description. Code JS15. Save 15% off your order. And if you don't like it, you can get there's a money back guarantee where you get what was a $50, now is a $100 gift card. So, $100 gift card, money back guarantee. So, hey, if you buy something you don't like it, say, for example, like some Tercastrone or maybe some GO2 Max, maybe some GLP Max, whatever the case may be, if you buy something like that maybe you can't get anywhere else, and you don't like it, hey, money back guarantee, $100 gift card, get something you do know you'll like, such as a pre-workout, maybe some beta-alanine, some hydration, some Pedialytes, maybe some protein, but something that no matter the brand, you're typically going to like it or use it. Maybe don't use it ever again. You give it a try and you're like, oh, I didn't like that. But point being, if you get that gift card, you can always buy something you do like, such as a pre-workout or a protein powder. So point being, there's really no risk, because chances are, if you don't like what you buy, you probably bought something only Harder Than Last Time has, such as a Tercastrone or a GO2 Max, but you can use that money back or that gift card to get something you more than likely will like. But point being, there's no risk in trying Harder Than Last Time. So go down to the link in the description, code JS15, save 15% off your order. And as always, thank you guys for taking time out of your day to watch the video. I appreciate it. I love and appreciate all of you. and I will see you tomorrow for a back workout. See you then.